We're losing a whole lot of content with the release of Beyond Light, and today we're going to be taking a look at every single thing Bungie listed being removed from Destiny 2 on November 10th. We already know that Mars, Mercury, Io, Titan, and the Leviathan are being removed from the game, but what does this mean for the activities? Well, first we're going to take a look at what's being removed from the core activities, meaning strikes, Crucible, Gambit, raids, and dungeons. Now the strikes being removed are the strikes that are on the planets being removed. This means that the Pyramidion and the Festering Core are being removed because Io is being removed. Savathun's Song is also leaving because it was on Titan, which is also being vaulted. Both Strange Terrain and Will of a Thousands are being removed with Mars, and both Tree of Probabilities and A Garden World are being removed with Mercury. The strikes on the left column, however, will remain in the game. It's also worth noting that the Will of Crota, aka the Omnigul Strike, will be available on November 10th, and later in the year both the Devil's Lair and the Fallen Saber Strikes from Destiny 1 will release as well. Next up is Gambit. Now Bungie says that Gambit and Gambit Prime will be merging into a single experience when Year 4 begins on November 10th. The new version of Gambit will be similar to Gambit Prime, having just a single round, but will have tweaked blockers, heavier mote drain, and some changes to the primeval boss fight. It'll be interesting to see how this new Gambit Perfected mode, as it's being called, will play out. There's not too many fans of Gambit in the Destiny community, so I hope they find a way to do something great with it. That being said, 2 of the Gambit maps are being removed from Gambit: Cathedral of Scars from the Dreaming City, and the Kel's Grave map from the Tangled Shore. All I can say is, good riddance to the Kel's Grave map. That is a terrible map. I am sad to see the Dreaming City map leave though. Again, on the left column are the maps that will stay in rotation. I kind of wish Deep 6 was being vaulted though, to be honest. Bungie also notes that the Gambit Prime armor perks will be deprecated and instead may find their way into becoming armor mods in the future. In the Crucible, many maps are being removed from the rotation, those being Meltdown, Solitude, Retribution, the Citadel, Emperor's Respite, Equinox, Eternity, Firebase Echo, Gambler's Ruin, Legion's Gulch, and Vostok. Some of these, like Emperor's Respite and Eternity, never show up anyway, so I'm not too sad to see them leave, but seeing that Midtown didn't get vaulted makes me a little sad because I think that map is terrible. Not only maps, but modes are being vaulted. Those modes being Supremacy, Countdown, Lockdown, Breakthrough, Doubles, Momentum Control, and Scorched. Bungie does note, however, that both Momentum Control and Scorched are set to return from the vault sometime during Year 4. Trials of Osiris will not be impacted by any of the content being vaulted, and the Lighthouse will continue to be available to those who are crazy enough to even play that game mode. Some great news about the dungeons: none of them will be vaulted this year. However, Prophecy will be temporarily unavailable for a brief period of time for a necessary technical update. Hopefully it isn't gone too long because Prophecy is a great dungeon. Now on to the raids. Lots of raids will actually be leaving come November 10th, so be sure to grab any of the loot from the following raids before Beyond Light's release: Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars, Scourge of the Past, and Crown of Sorrows. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sad to see Scourge of the Past and Crown of Sorrows go. They're 2 of my favorites in Destiny 2, but we'll be getting a brand new raid on Europa and still have access to Garden of Salvation and Last Wish. Some exotic quests are being retired with Beyond Light as well and will be unavailable in their original quest format. These quests are Sturm, Might of Multitool, Rat King, Legend of Acrius, Sleeper Simulant, Polaris Lance, Worldline Zero, Ace of Spades, The Last Word, Lay Monarch, Yotun, Izanagi's Burden, Thorn, Lumina, Truth, and Bad Juju. None of these exotics are being removed from the game, but starting in Year 4, these weapons will be available through what they're calling a memorial kiosk at the tower, and later this year we'll learn more exactly what that is and how to obtain those weapons during Year 4. There are some exotic catalysts being vaulted during Year 4, meaning they will be unattainable during Year 4, those being Bad Juju's Catalyst, Huckleberry, Izanagi's Burden, Legend of Acrius, Polaris Lance, Skyburner's Oath, Sleeper Simulant Telesto, Outbreak Perfected, Whisper of the Worm, and Worldline Zero. So if you haven't finished these catalysts or obtained them yet, now is the time to go grab them before they're unattainable. Bungie did a pretty quick Q&A at the end of their TWAB to share some more information about how vaulting works. Question 1, what goes away when a destination is vaulted? When a destination enters the DCV, its PvE content will no longer be available. Explicitly, this includes their unique story missions and cinematics, strikes, raids, dungeons, adventures, secret missions, vendors and associated bounties, destination-specific patrols, collectibles and scannables, destination-specific activities like escalation protocol, freely roaming the destinations themselves, exploring lost sectors, etc. What will new Guardians experience if the Year 1 campaigns are going away? With some of the core Year 1 destinations entering the vault, it's true that the free-for-all players' Red War, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind campaigns will no longer be playable. We are building a new, expanded Guardian origin story on the Cosmodrome that will launch alongside Year 4 and will be available to all Guardians to play. It is designed to introduce you to the world and the mechanics of Destiny and prepare you to play the action MMO game we all enjoy. The Forsaken and Shadowkeep story campaigns will still be playable in Year 4 for the owners of those expansions. What's happening to the Whisper and 0 Hour secret missions and their exotic rewards? The Whisper is entering the vault alongside Io, and so too is 0 Hour, given the Old Tower was part of the Red War campaign and which is also entering the vault. Their exotic weapon rewards will not be acquirable until we find a new way to introduce them, so if you're keen to get them, make sure you do that now. With the Forsaken campaign, Tangled Shore, and Dreaming City sticking around after Beyond Light's launch, does that mean other Year 2 seasonal content will remain playable in Year 4 too? No, the Year 2 seasonal content, including Forges, Reckoning, and Menagerie, will be entering the DCV on November 10th. Be sure to experience that content and mark the final items off your collections and checklists before they're vaulted. Here's a cheat sheet of what to complete. 801 Black Armory and Season of the Forge quests, Gambit Prime, Reckoning, and Season of the Drifter quests, Benedict, Warner, Menagerie, and Season of Opulence quests, Pinnacle and Pursuit weapon quests. Note, these weapons will receive an alternate acquisition method, more details to come later this season. And that about wraps up everything being vaulted come November 10th. A whole lot of content is leaving the game, and while I understand the reasoning being mainly tied to storage constraints on console, it'll be sad to see some of these activities go, like some of the raids and the destination activities like Escalation Protocol. Beyond Light better have a hell of a lot of good content to show that it's worth removing almost half the game. But that's it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments your thoughts about everything being vaulted. I will see you all next time.